Well, they often say the suit makes the man, don't they, Neil?
Oh, absolutely. That's your first impression when you see a man wearing a suit. And if it is well tailored, I think that's where half the battle is already won.
Well, our next guest has been in Dubai for over 20 years and he makes some of the most incredible suits. Joining us is the tailor from Lapels, Bespoke and DIFC, Mohammed Khan. Thank you very much for coming into the studio. And you do look fantastic.
Thank you
very
much.
well dressed.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks a lot for inviting me here today.
When people, especially men, want to wear a suit, how much of it does it change your behaviour? If you go out of the house and you feel like you're well dressed and you're well suited, it changes your whole mindset and your perspective of the day.
Absolutely, because that gives you confidence, and then if you're feeling comfortable and smart, then that wins the game, the first instance.
The same cannot be said about any other outfit, right? And I'll say Western outfit here. Any other Western outfit. I mean, you could wear a shirt and a pair of pants, or jeans and a t-shirt. They might be the biggest of the brands, but the style quotient that a suit brings in, the confidence that a suit brings is completely unparalleled, isn't it?
That's because the way it is layered and constructed, and when you wear a proper suit, it holds like a glove on your body, and when it fits well and gives you the best of comfort, you will feel it very, very powerful. That's how it's called, a powerful outfit.
It is powerful. But you said you've been here in Dubai for 20 years. I'm fascinated by how much do you need to keep up with trends, but how much of your business specifically with suits is just about remaining classic and timeless? So what are the current trends in suits that you would say are more fashionable now that weren't in suits 10 years ago?
See, when it comes to suits will... This is an outfit which will always remain. It might have some changing trends, but the classics will never go out of fashion. And there will always be nuances coming in time and again because of the trend in fashion, the colors, the fits, the cuts. And fashion was originally focused from the Western side. And because it is a place which is very cold in climate, we used to layer them.
Right.
You don't have just one jacket. Normally you'll find a vest inside or an overcoat because of the weather. When it comes to the East and the Middle East, which is more warmer, you need to have more softer and lighter weight fabrics. Yet you will have to show that you're a businessman. You're a very serious event that you have to wear for this year. This outfit is a must, which is why you need to find a tailor who have to construct it in a way that suits you in the manner that you can feel comfortable. And the way it is constructed also is as a matter of fact that if you are not wearing the right suit, your mind is not as free and flexible and stationary as it's required.
I totally agree with you. I mean, when you know that it's not fitting you well, and especially if you've taken it off the rack, you go to a retail fashion brand, you pick it up off the rack, and it somewhere fits. Somewhere there, it's not 100% fit, but somewhere you realize that no, this is not 100%, and it plays in the back of your mind.
Absolutely.
Right, be the fitting of your trousers, the length of the trouser, or the length of the sleeve. I believe the length of the sleeve is that there is a specific measurement, isn't it?
There is, and because of two trends now running, one comes from the British side, the UK, and the other comes from the Italian side.
Okay,
they influence a lot in trends.
Interesting.
And when it comes to the British, they prefer to have a little longer and more structured ones, whereas the Italians are the exact opposite. They want shorter and slimmer ones. Because the kind of the bodies they fit is also different. They are very casually styled, but British are more perfectly formal.
And what about the trend to wear the pants that only go halfway down the calf and the slip-on shoe? I can't. It feels like you're on holidays. I don't get it.
It fits only those and looks well who've got a triangular shaped body, basically, who are not
the fit guys.
Yes, the fit guys who are not that you're building up too much of on your muscles, but somebody who's vertically
not challenged,
who's got a good shape. Unless if you have a tummy, it doesn't fit at all.
Right.
Unfortunately, we see a lot of people who've got tummy but still fascinated by that style of short trousers. They try to. It doesn't go well, unfortunately, but still, that's their taste.
So act your age, not your shoe size. That's the old saying.
True. So tell me something. So when a client comes to you, you look at that person and you know in your mind what will fit right, what will look really nice on him. But how much percentage of a client's thoughts are then, pulled into the final suit that is made? But like, if I come in and I say, no, I want this cut, this style, this design and this color, but in your mind is like, dude, this is going to look horrendous on you. Do you really say it out loud, or do you say, fair, we'll do it for you?
We don't do that, unfortunately, because see, if you go to a doctor is the person to decide your prescription,
Right.
and not you. So all you have to speak is what you feel.
Right.
Then the doctor is going to decide. Unless you leave it to the expert, you will not get the right
love that statement.
result.
Go back to your early history, Mohammed. It was your father who was a fashion fanatic. What was it about his love of fashion that drew you to move into suits and textiles?
See, it's actually started, the genes have come from my grandfather.
Oh, wow.
And yes, he was just 18, and he was fascinated by the British fashion then, because in India, it was still under the British control. And he was 18 in 1940, he opened up his first outlet. It was a very small outlet. I shared a picture also with you today. And I was literally playing with, at that time we used to do uniforms for the Navy, then the generals and the major generals. So that's how it started. And I used to play with small metal buttons and lanyards and whistles, and that's how I got into this, basically, because the first floor was the house, and the ground floor was the workshop and the store, which is why I remember how it actually started. My father was always dressed up he loved suits, and I used to see them in suits. So I don't really know why I chose suits, because it's so deep imbibed in me that having seen them wearing suits and formal trousers. And at those days it was not like, we didn't have air conditioners, so the fabrics were all nice,
breathable,
and soft, breathable, natural.
Right.
There was no polyester then.
Right.
Now we have the cheaper materials that have come in, and they're more affordable though. But
they're more affordable, but you get one wash out of them. Sometimes the tags have got more effort into its label than the actual suit.
Absolutely, well said.
And on that idea, I mean, you're at Lapels Bespoke. You're in DIFC. How hard is it to remain competitive? You've got so many other options. People want to buy suits online. They want to. How do you try and remain competitive in the suit business?
See, the best is to keep to your basics, and if you have your own customers who are happy, that keeps multiplying. Never lose your existing customers.
True.
As you keep adding more customers, you will survive. We've been surviving for 83 years. I think we will survive more.
This is incredible. Now, like Kitch mentioned earlier, that, fashion obviously will change, and there will be few things that will keep moving. Of late, we've been seeing, people writing their initials on the cuffs, and then there are different colored buttons, or there are the different threads that are used in, one of the buttons. What is amongst all of these new little trends that keep coming is your favorite, which is like a signature, Mohammed Khan?
For me, the signature is something that shows less of personalization.
Oh, okay.
Because more the personalization started about 50, 75 years ago. And personalization is so common now that everyone has personalized initials on them. So the newest trend is have nothing. Do not show that what you're wearing is personalized, or what you're wearing. You don't need to show what you're wearing. This is how it's going now. Less is more. More you show.
Yeah, it talks that you're trying to show off.
Trying to show off, exactly.
We've seen a trend in a lot of business that often the tie is going out of fashion, that it's seen as, it's a bit too what your dad used to wear. I hear Richard Branson talks about not wearing the tie. What's your thought on, I mean, you've got a great tie on today, but a lot of businesses, do you find that when people come in and they're buying suits, ties aren't as important as they perhaps were to the previous generation?
Yes, ties have currently lost their charm, because people don't want to wear ties, basically for two reasons. One is to look more casual and stylish, because work culture is not demanding suits and formal clothing anymore, which is why 50% I would say is not wearing ties anymore. And this is not required, because it was mandatory when you go to work, especially in the financial institution, the banking sector. That was mandatory to wear proper business suits with a tie. Now it's not mandatory, which is why you don't need to. This is how it is. People who love ties will still wear ties.
Which is true.
Which is kind of me. You know, I love ties, so I wear ties.
I love ties as well. And when I was at university, we went on a business trip to Hong Kong when I did a master's, and we all wore suit and ties. And we walked into these finance companies, and they said, "Lose your ties. You look like you're on work experience, trying to dress up."
See, this is funny that you say this, because the place before getting into radio is to work in an ad agency for a very brief period of time, and the boss there used to say, "Listen, I don't want you to wear ties for your business meetings because the Indian weather doesn't permit you to wear ties." Right? It is hot, it's humid most of the time. So, when you wear a tie, you're literally sweating inside and doesn't look very comfortable. So lose a tie, just a jacket is fine. But I'm sure that, different places, different countries demand different things. What is so peculiar about UAE, and especially in the real estate segment? Most of these real estate, the realtors, they wear the fanciest suits that I've seen of most of the people. Is there a specific demand from there about the type of fabric or a type of a cut that is required by those guys?
See, they go by the trends, and most of them prefer to wear something which is more economical and good looking.
Okay.
It shouldn't cost much, should not pinch their pockets, but
Fair.
it should
Sure.
look good.
Yeah.
It's a natural phenomenon. But when you said specifically real estate industry, there are many who have come new to the industry, and they had no choice but to wear and dress well.
Right.
So this is a kind of dressing which is it's not fully dressing, but you can say dress down dressing.
Okay.
Dress down is you don't need to wear a tie. You can wear a knitted shirt, and on top of that you can wear a blazer, jeans. You can still pull it off. All you need is a flashy car and a good watch.
And a good Instagram account. Mohammed, before we let you go, we're almost out of time. You have had the luxury of also working with some very, very famous cricketers over the journey?
Oh yes. Right from withIs,
wow.
we had
I didn't think Viv liked to wear a shirt. I thought
Just a jacket is
just
enough.
a jacket was
He's the
enough.
coolest guy. Then we had a lot of cricketers coming from different countries, and not just cricketers. We had quite good number of celebrities coming. Most of them we don't speak of because we don't include their privacy.
Right.
Because we have not signed off with them that we have, but they are purely private customers. The kind of business we do is so private that the moment the customer walks in, the door is locked. So it's not like the business which is like you have multiple customers shopping in a store.
Yeah.
That's not the way we do. This is how it is.
So if there was a wish list of dressing up one for film celebrity and one cricketing celebrity, who would that be?
Well, who's more passionate about clothing for them?
Yeah, but then if within your list of wish list, that this person I want to dress up, who would that be if there was one?
I would say in cricket, right now I'm not too connected with cricket these days.
Fair.
Yeah.
But earlier I had passion with Ravi Shastri as an Indian cricketer.
Oh, the man
Yes.
with the big voice. Nice.
Yes, Sunil Gavaskar. He was our customer as well.
Oh, okay.
Mohammad Azharuddin also was our customer, and in fact he had inaugurated one of our stores in India when he was the captain of Indian team. Then we have the Ian Botham was one of our
Beefy.
favorite. Yes. Then
I'm not sure the suit that you tailor from would fit these days. he's having a lot of fun, Ian Botham. Well, congratulations on your success. He must be immensely. I mean, your father would be immensely proud of all the work that you've done alongside yourself and your brothers. If you want details, the website lapelsbespoke.com. They're in DIFC. Mohammed Khan, thank you very much for coming in, and we can say you are the best dressed guest we've ever had on Talk 100.3.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
TSB, Talk Sport Business on Talk 100.